Hello, welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be installing Ubuntu Server on VirtualBox. Ubuntu Server is a powerful, free, open source operating system based on Linux. It is lightweight, has no graphical interface by default, and is perfect for learning command line operations and server administration. The question is, since we already have Kali Linux, why do we need Ubuntu Server? The answer is that Kali is designed for penetration testing and comes preloaded with hacking tools. But Ubuntu Server is a production-grade server operating system used in real-world environments. So learning to secure and automate tasks on Ubuntu Server gives you skills directly applicable to actual IT and cybersecurity jobs. So let's get right into it. The first thing we want to do is to download our Ubuntu Server. And to do that, you are going to use this link, which is ubuntu.com/download/server. You are going to hit enter and you're going to see download 24.04.4 LTS. The LTS stands for Long Term Support, which means it gets security updates for about 5 years. So at the time of recording this video, we have 24.04.4 LTS. So what you need to do is to just click on download. Then the download is going to start automatically. You can see that it has started here, but I already have it downloaded, so I wouldn't have to download again. It's just about 3.2 gigabytes, so it might just take a few minutes to download. So I will just cancel it since I already have it downloaded. And the next thing I want to do is to open my VirtualBox. So I'm going to come here, search for VirtualBox. You can see it here already. Click on VirtualBox. And now that I have my VirtualBox opened, the next thing I want to do is to click on New. And then you are going to see a virtual machine dialog appearing. So in the name field, I'm going to type Ubuntu Server. And you can see that automatically it's detected that it is Linux, and then the operating system distribution is Ubuntu and the OS version is Ubuntu 64-bit. The next thing we want to do now is to set the memory size. Ubuntu Server can run on 1 gigabyte RAM, but I recommend at least 2048 megabytes, which is 2 gigabytes for smooth operation. But if you have plenty of RAM on your host machine, you can allocate 4096 megabytes, which is 4 gigabytes. So to do that, you're going to come to specify virtual hardware, and you can see that automatically it was set to be 2048 already. You can see one CPU here, then I can increase this to 2. If yours is 1, it can still run on 1. There's no problem with that. Then after we are done that, we're going to come to specify virtual hard disk, and you can see that automatically it has selected 25 gigabytes. So we are going to leave it as that. And once we are done with that, we can just click on finish. Now our Ubuntu virtual machine is created, but we haven't installed the operating system yet. The virtual machine is just an empty computer right now. Now let's attach the operating system to the virtual machine. To do that, you're going to select your virtual machine here from this list. You select Ubuntu Server. Then you're going to click on settings at the top here. Then you come to storage, and on the left hand side, you come under controller ID, and you can see empty here. Click on the empty, and on the right hand side, click on this blue CD icon next to the optical drive. Then you're going to select choose a disk file. And once you have selected that, you're going to navigate into the directory where your server is downloaded. The server we downloaded earlier, so you're going to select it here. So you're going to click on open, and after that you're going to click on OK, and now our settings is closed. Next thing we want to do is to configure the network. This is important so that our server can access the internet and we'll be able to XSH into it. So what we'll do is to click settings again, then come to network. Then you're going to ensure that adapter 1 is enabled and it is attached to NAT. You can see NAT here. What NAT does is that it allows the virtual machine to access the internet through your host machine's network connection. So once we have done that, you're going to click on OK. Now we are ready to install. The next thing you're going to do is to select this Ubuntu Server virtual machine and then click Start. The virtual machine will boot from the ISO that we have attached, that is the server file that we downloaded that we attached, and you're going to see a black screen with a white text very soon. So what we're going to do now is to start using arrow keys to navigate, and now you can see that my Ubuntu is installing. So I didn't do anything, I just left it there, and then it's began to install itself. So you're going to wait a bit for the installation to be done. And now that the installation is done, the next thing we are seeing on our screen is the language selection menu. So you are going to select English by clicking enter. And the next thing you are seeing right now is the keyboard configuration. So you are going to select your keyboard layout. I am okay with the keyboard layout I'm being given, so I can click done. And the next one is the type of installation we want. So we are seeing Ubuntu Server and Ubuntu Server minimized. So what I just need to do is to come to Ubuntu Server here. I just need to use my arrow key. In case you are seeing done here highlighted in green, what you just need to do is to use the upper arrow key. So you are going to select Ubuntu Server there. You can see that that is already selected. I'm going to come down to done, then hit enter. The next thing we want to do is to configure our network. The installer is going to detect our network adapter and configure it automatically using DHCP. And you've already seen an IP address assigned to us, which is 10.0.2.15. This is normal for NAT networking. We just need to hit enter to proceed. Now you are seeing the proxy configuration. And unless you are behind a corporate proxy, just leave this as blank and press enter to select done. So now you can see Ubuntu archive mirror configuration. So you can hit done. And now comes the storage configuration. So what you are doing here is that you are selecting use an entire disk. So you are going to use your arrow key again. You can see that it is selected already. It is having X. And then you're going to scroll down to done and then hit enter. Now you can see the storage layout showing us the partition scheme. So you're going to hit enter again and you're going to select continue here and press enter. The next stage is for profile setup, and this is where we are going to create our user account. So for your name, you are going to type in your name. I can type in my own name, which is Victor Akinode. We have server name as well. You're going to hit enter to come to the next one. So for server name, you can just type Ubuntu Server. Then we have pick a username. So you can select a username. So my username can be Victor Akinode. And you're going to choose a password as well. So just select a password you can remember. So I will select my own as well. Then I'll confirm the password. Now I'll come to done and hit enter. So for this, I can click on skip for now. You can see that it is already there. Then I'm going to select continue and hit enter. The next stage is for SSH setup, and this is important. So here we are going to check the box that says install OpenSSH server by hitting enter, or you can use your space bar to select it. Then I can come down here and select done. And the next one is the featured server snaps, and these are optional packages. We don't need any of these right now. So we can just come down to done and then select enter. Now the installation has begun. You can see a progress screen showing the installation steps. This will take several minutes. And what is happening here is that the installer is partitioning the disk, installing the base system, configuring packages, and installing grub bootloader. So be patient and wait for it to complete. When the installation is complete, you will see a message saying installation complete. Now you can see that our installation is complete. You can see that at the top, installation complete. So what we are going to do is to come down here and then select reboot and then hit enter. What will happen is that the system is going to reboot, and now you can see that our system is rebooting. So what I did there was just to hit enter when I saw that error, and that is not a problem. So your system will boot normally. Now you can see that we are now on the login screen. So now that you are seeing the login screen, then you're going to type in your username. My username is Victor Akinode. Then you hit enter. The next thing is the password. Then I'll type in my password and hit enter too. And now you can see that I am able to log in now. That's why you are seeing Victor Akinode Ubuntu-server here. And what this means is that I'm logged in as user Victor Akinode on the Ubuntu server machine, and that I am in the home directory. That is what the tilde sign means. The tilde sign is that sign that looks like snake on top of the dollar sign. So to verify everything is working fine, I just need to type in some Linux commands such as who am I, and you can see that it's brought out Victor Akinode. So I can type pwd. You can see that I'm in the home directory. I can type ls and it's going to list if there's anything to list. I can type uname-a to show me my operating system details, and you can see that. Now the next thing we can do is to update the system. So we can say sudo apt update. So you type in your password and you can see that now it is updating. When the update is done, we can check our IP address so that we can know how to SSH into server later. So for the IP address, I can type IPA, and now you can see my IP address details. Under the ENP0S3, if you come down a bit and you look at inet, you can see 10.0.2.15/24, which means that it's a /24 network. Perfect. Ubuntu server is now installed and updated. So let me just give you some important tips. To shut down the server, you can just type sudo shut down now. It's either you use this or you use sudo power PC. So either of the two works. So we want to shut down now. Let's just use sudo shut down now and then we hit enter. And you can see that everything stopped and then my server shut down. So as we wrap up, I have two challenge questions for you. The first one is, why is Ubuntu Server installed without a graphical interface? And the second one is, what are the advantages of using a command line only server? That's all for this lesson. If you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that now. Also, do not forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you so much and see you in the next lesson.